And we are live, or hope that we are live, and actually people can hear us. If not, yeah, fuck YouTube. But yeah, hello all, and welcome to the first ever American Gods live stream here. I am Broke Black Man 94, and I'm not alone. Besides the live chat, and those who are going to be watching now and who's going to be watching later, thank you for watching. And I'm going to be accompanied by two other ladies. First off, Deuce Live, introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I am loving this show, so I cannot wait to get into this with you guys.
Thank you for being here live. And secondly, we have AK. Would you introduce yourself?
No titles this time? I feel slighted. Normally, I get like the 30,000 list of Daenerys titles, but that's okay. I see how it is. What's going on, people? Lord Commander AK in the spot, and we're about to break down and chat about these American Gods. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing here if you haven't seen the show, but if you haven't seen the show and you're just here to watch just to hear us ramble, go watch the fucking show. This is known.
And for a disclaimer, if we, ramble on to like Game of Thrones discussion, I'll probably put a disclaimer in the description box about, we're probably going to derail and talk Game of Thrones, but hopefully that won't happen. But almost every show, it goes. It always does. So I know I wasn't thinking about like going episode by episode, but I know if we talk about one thing, it's just going to derail into one episode to another. So let's just hopefully start off with just episode 1 to start with. But before that, let's talk about like how do we like get into the show here. I got into the show from Live when she did her book review of it. And then I was like, this seems a little bit interesting. Hopped on it. And the moment I saw that Belkis scene, I was like, okay, something's up. I gotta continue watching it.
Go ahead, Lobby.
Well, I'm a big fan of Neil Gaiman, so I had read the book years ago. I don't even know how long ago I read the book. And it's one of those books that I read again every once in a while. It just pops in my head and I reread it. So when I heard they were doing the show, I was so stoked. So yeah, that's basically how I got into it. I'm a Neil Gaiman fan, so.
Yeah, and me, myself, like I was telling Lava the other day, I have obviously been sleeping on Neil Gaiman. I don't know how that happened. He wrote the book for one of my favorite movies called Stardust. Y'all didn't know that, did you? I didn't know until recently either. I don't know why I didn't make that connection. But I got into the show just from watching trailers. I'm a very avid lover of mythology. So anything that has to do with like the old Norse gods or Egyptian gods, any of that, I'm there. And this story has all of them wrapped up into one awesomely spectacular package. So I got into it just from watching the show, and then when I found out it was a book, I downloaded the audiobook, similarly to what I did with Game of Thrones, and started going into that. I've stopped myself from reading though, so I don't spoil the show for myself. So as of right now, I am caught up to where I read to in the book, and damn, and like BBM said, that damn Belkis scene. If I wasn't sold already, then that would have done it for me. But my number one pull was Ricky Whittle. And Ricky Whittle, that's because, hashtag fuck the 100. He used to be on that show. And I was kind of sad what they did with his character and how they treated him as an actor. So when I saw he was moving on to bigger and better things, I was there. Ricky Whittle, if ever, for whatever reason, you watch these ramblings, you're awesome, dude.
Exactly. Like his portrayal of Shadow Moon, I hope it is like that spot on as in the books. If not, then again, I'm a bias.
Spot on, but it's not terribly off either. Like there are differences, but I think he's playing it well for what they're giving him to play.
Yeah,
I have him the way they
want to say that because I've said it on one of my videos before that I am in love with Shadow Moon. And I mean, like, if Shadow Moon could be a person, I would be on it like so fast. I have been in love with Shadow Moon since I read the book. This portrayal is really different from the book, but I love Ricky Whittle's acting. I think he's doing a good job because Shadow in the book is really stoic, really passive, and it just wouldn't work on screen. In the book, you get to hear what he thinks and what he feels. In the show, you wouldn't, and you think like Ricky Whittle wasn't even doing anything. He's just standing there, you know. So I get why they changed him, and I do like his portrayal, and I like you know, what he does, even though I don't like all of the changes that they've made. But I do like Ricky Whittle a lot. I'm really happy with their choice in actor. I mean, he's not bad to look at either.
he is. Hey, even the Lord Commander can admit that. He's pretty.
He's not bad to look at. Anytime they want to have him topless, I'm gonna get any complaints from me.
So you enjoyed that little tub scene they gave him, huh?
I sure did.
I understand.
Okay, so let's transition here. Okay, we understand. Okay, Shadow Moon. Okay, good actor. Okay, good portrayal. Okay, so we can transition now.
It helps. I'm just saying it helps that he's good to look at.
But yeah, the character of Shadow Moon, he's like a very mystery, you know, from his dreams that he'd be having and on those premonitions. Like, so far, some of them have come true now, you know. First, he'd be premonitioning about damn snow. The next time we see in little episode 3, Mr. Wednesday's talking about snow. Next thing you know, bam, it appears.
Think about
so, like,
snow.
Like,
you know what, if you notice, like whenever he's like they pan in on him and he's like deep in thought, or like he's experiencing some type of strong emotion, there are like the weather clouds rolling behind him, like the weather is always changing around him, but he hasn't noticed it until now, and he still doesn't quite believe it. I don't think he's still questioning whether he actually did that, or is Mr. Wednesday just fucking with him.
Yeah, like in my reviews, I've been trying to be careful about what I say about him since I've read the book. I know where they're going. I didn't want to give anything away, but I think now it's pretty clear to everyone that there's something about Shadow. You know, like there's always these strange little things around him, and he's like Mr. Oblivious. He's not even.
And everybody wants him.
Yeah,
for some reason or another, everybody wants him on their team.
And yeah, so I think now I feel safe to talk about that. Shadow's got something. He's not a normal.
Yeah, if you didn't put it in the title or the description yet, BBM, spoilers all, book and show.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything past this episode. So.
That's where we're at, but.
Yeah, I'm not trying to mess with anybody who's going to read the book or anything like that. But
yeah, like I said in the beginning, you know, if you haven't watched it, I don't know why you're here.
Yeah.
But welcome if you haven't seen it and you're just here to hang out. We love people.
Yes, this is no. But especially we know that I'm calling it now that I think he's a demigod, or for we know he could just be a god, and he just doesn't know about it, or they just mess up with his memory. I don't know, but just seeing how when Laura came back from the dead and she just sees Shadow seems very different compared to when she sees like other people.
You know what? I was listening to the audiobook, and shout out Brandon Builder in the chat room. Yes, the audiobook is on YouTube, so you can go definitely check it out there. I would encourage you though, you know, go to Audible, spend a little bit of money, show some love. They're not expensive. But when she speaks to him and calls him puppy, before I actually saw the whole context on the show, I could have sworn she was saying poppy.
Yes.
Yeah, same here.
I did not get that at all. Had I read it, I would have seen puppy, but listening just from the audio, I thought she was Spanish. So when I saw Emily Browning, I was like, wait a minute. She ain't no parts of that at all.
Even reading it and knowing she was saying puppy, I kept hearing puppy. Here, come here, puppy. And I was like, okay, they changed it to puppy. All right. I can get behind that. But then I was like, oh, no, she is trying to say puppy. She's just got an accent or something. Who knows what's happening?
Yeah. when I
Hey,
finally saw this with subtitles, I finally saw it. I'm like, okay, it's clearly obvious that she truly didn't like possibly treat Shadow like a human at all. She
right.
basically, just like how Audrey said it. That's what her friend's name, I believe.
Yeah,
Audrey, yeah.
she didn't love him like he loved her.
Yeah.
Real quick, give a shout out to everybody else in the chat room. Scout Tinny, welcome. I haven't seen you around any of our chat rooms before, so appreciate you being here. And Matt, greetings. Thank you for joining us.
Don't forget there's Bran and Biotic.
I said what's up.
And Panty Man, I haven't seen Panty Man in a while.
What Panty Man just stepped in? What's going on, man? Biotic, yeah, where did Biotic go? I saw Biotic earlier.
Penny Man is our personal puppy.
I don't know how he feels about that, though. I don't know. Are you down with that, Panty Man?
I was gonna say in the books that whole puppy thing is less. No, it is like he's her pet, but it's more like he volunteers to be her pet than she just
did
him her pet. Yeah. In the book, he tells her because I think they're in like a apartment or something, and she can't have a dog, and she wants a dog. So he tells her, "I'll be your puppy," and that's how that comes about. That's what I'm saying. In the books, their relationship is a lot more lighthearted and. Mm-hmm. You know, like you can see why there'd be love on his side, and I think there is love on her side in the books too.
It's just not good.
Show wise, I don't know. I don't know if the show writers are like they don't want to show like that.
I think there is love there, but like I was saying when we were talking earlier, she's selfish and she's in a rut in her life, and this is not me defending her because, like I said, she's still a cunt. However, there is a little bit more deeper thoughts to get into that, but we'll wait till we get to her episode. We ain't gonna go there yet. And shout out K Richard, see you just stepped in the spot. Cardinal Doomsday, hello.
Yeah, since you want to go again, talking about like that in episode 1, we're probably gonna derail into other episodes, but yeah, episode 1, how that started off. I like how the first 3 episodes. Sadly, I don't know why episode 4 didn't begin that way, but just showing us the old gods either coming to America or just referencing them with Anubis. It was like spot on. I just loved all 3 of them.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite things about the book was hearing the stories of how the gods came over. So I am so happy that they put it in the show. I wanted to ask you guys, so maybe the people in the chat can get a feel of how.
Hey, wait, real quick before she has to duck out because she doesn't want to be spoiled. Candy, thank you for coming in, smashing that like. Get out of here and go watch and catch up so you can join us for the next one. Yes. What up, Pretty D? Mm-hmm. I see you creeping in.
Bye, Candy. So I was gonna ask you guys. Up until now, the gods we've seen, who would you want to take you? Who would you want to be the sacrifice for, or who would you want to take you to the other side? Who would you pick and why?
Do you have an answer already, David? You want to go first?
So far, I'm dying to see more of Mr. Nancy. I don't know. Like, we just got that little snippet with him. But, like, we saw, like, more of Anubis. We see more of Mr. Wednesday. But we only got that little bit of taste of Mr. Nancy. And I got to know, like, from what I heard about you, Lob, in your review, like, you guys didn't get that snippet in the books. So it's like they just threw that at us.
And no I appreciated that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, his intro thus far is my favorite. So if I had to pick someone that I had to be sacrificed for, I would pick him because I'd at least go out with a kick-ass story, and then I'd go. If it's just like a regular death and whatever death god was coming to claim me, it would definitely be Anubis because he's just awesome like that. Thoth, I don't know. I haven't really got too much of a feeling for him yet. He seems like the quieter, he's the bookkeeper. He writes the stories pretty much. But Anubis, I mean, he's interesting, especially after the last episode. He got in that ass, and I thought that was pretty awesome. He said exactly what needed to be said. And I wish I would have been able to hear her response though, because it sounded like they were really about to go tit for tat, but whatever.
Yeah, so far everyone like Pantyman, Cardinal, and Brand, they're all with Belkis. Like, I'm
Wait,
sorry.
can't you get the Hopper Queen? You would go.
Yo, everyone.
Why?
I would pick Belkis too. I understand that because first off, you go really happy. Those people are happy
true
when
enough.
they die.
True
And
enough.
then, I'm sorry, that shot they gave us with that guy just floating, it doesn't look like it's bad living up in her cooter.
You're in the
Put it out
space.
there. Like, just floating
Not
around.
moving.
That's like a constant state of orgasm.
Floyd concert. It looks hella fun to me. So I'm with you guys. Belkis.
It does seem like he's in a constant state of climax. So I get it. Still though, I don't know. I don't know, man. She's on the deadly pussy list. I don't know. I got to think twice about that.
Yeah.
But it's obvious that like she's one of the old gods. So is she gonna be on the side of Mr. Wednesday when they're going up in this new war against the old and the new? Because she appears to be doing like her own little thing though. It's still surrounded color with mystery. Like, why are we having so much focus on her and her scenes? Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
I'm still thinking that she's Shadow's mom, but that's just me. That's just me.
As far as what I read in the book, she doesn't feature that heavy. So I'm very curious to see what their twist on her is going to be for the show. It seems like they're going to bring her a little bit more to the front than she is in the novel.
Well, in the novel, she is a bit like they're doing in the show. Like for some reason, they flash back to her.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not super important in this big scheme of things. So that might change. They might change that up.
Right. And I appreciate that. I definitely want to see more of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing within the show's filler, they're going to be giving us more of this because from what I hear, episode 4 was like so much filler. From what I hear from Lav and other people who read the books, like it's heavily filler.
Well, wait, we only have like 3 or 4 more episodes left, right?
Yeah, there's 8, right?
No, it's 8, so it's like 4 more now.
Yeah, we're like already halfway through.
Yeah. I was gonna say another thing I wanted to point out that the little hints that they're showing in the shows, and this is about the new gods, is when Mr. Wednesday throws out the phones.
Yeah,
those are new gods, and the reason he doesn't want to be on the highways, when he tells them no highways, they're boring. It's not so much they're boring, although they are, but highways are new gods.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so those are kind of things you gotta look at.
I caught on to that when he first started saying that. I was like, yeah, that makes sense that he would go that.
Because the phones is obvious, with Techno Boy and probably media though. But the highways, I was like, okay, it's not like why don't you want to be on the highways for? It has to be something like that.
Because we all want to get where we're going fast, and that's like the quickest route that we take, and he doesn't want to be overtaken by that. It puts him at a disadvantage to be on a highway.
Yeah, and plus, you got to think about it. We worship our highways. We don't think we worship them, but what happens if there's traffic? Our whole days are fucked. You know what I mean? So we
Everybody's
worship
in a bad mood. They can't get nowhere quick. They got to sit there.
Yeah. So it's something that we worship along with the phones, along with the TV, along with our electronics. It's all those little things.
All that.
Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to point that out for anybody who's watching who maybe didn't catch that. That's a new god. The highway's a new god. The phones are a new god. All of that.
Yeah, I think almost everything in this world is going to be like a new god. It has to be a new god of like fast food or something.
I just thought about something too. Did the 3 Day sisters, Twilight and all of them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say their names because I'm going to mispronounce them. Chernog's sisters. They don't have a television.
Nope.
No.
Or I didn't notice a radio in there either. So that totally makes sense now. I didn't think about it until just now.
Or microwaves.
Yeah. They had like their little gas stove, not electric, their gas stove. So they just fire the way it was in the olden days.
Yep. And
so yeah, it's interesting when you look at all the little details like that.
Yeah, they don't go to big hotels. They go to little cheap motels. They don't go to fast food. They go to diners.
In the book, didn't they like expressly say, no, you're not going to a motel or anything. You're going to stay here. Like they're very much the bed and breakfast, like mom and pop, you know, do stuff the old way. Don't go to no high class hotel or no motel or nothing like that.
Yeah. And they don't go to big cities unless they have to.
Unless they have to, right. Yeah, that's how they ended up in it's Chicago that they're in, right?
Yeah.
Like where they were before, they said like they had it good and then things changed, so they moved there because they thought it would be better and they just kept dropping.
Yeah. Well, they said they'd go to New York, and that makes sense because New York is like the hub.
Yeah, the Ellis Island,
So.
But yeah, Pennyman made a good question. I thought the same way. Like, were those three sisters like the fates? But then, because you know they kind of predicted the future, or almost the fate of both Shadow and Mr. Wednesday. You know, saying like Shadow's like probably going to be dying, but it's for sure that Mr. Wednesday. I believe the oldest one said like Mr. Wednesday is probably going to be dying, and he's probably not going to like.
She said that you are going to die this time. Yeah, there's no maybe. She said you are going to die this time.
Yeah.
So it's
then their other
she tells him
occupation was like to. Oh, sorry. What did you say?
She tells him he's going to fail.
Yeah.
That his plan will fail.
And two, we see them that they have a.
I think they do.
That they have a job. They have a job like guarding that what is it, a bear or something in the sky, and then at night we do see like the youngest one who's like sleeping during the day. Like at first I thought she was gonna be like some type of monster itself. Like why is they're keeping her behind that door? And then next thing you know, I know she was supposed to be sleeping because like every day, or not every day, like every point time each sister's supposed to like guard. Like it could be like I don't know how it's gonna come out in the books, but like. If like the old gods don't win or the new gods don't win, like I'm guessing like as like a false thing, they might just release that thing in the sky and have everything be destroyed.
Well, it's not so much that the new gods die, as long as you remember them, as long as somebody somewhere remembers them, they're alive, but they're not like before they used to be the center of everybody's life, and now they're like hardly anybody thinks of them. So they have it. They're like on hard times, I guess. And then,
true.
But they'll still be around as long as somebody somewhere.
Yeah, which is why Anubis went and got that older lady in F3, which I appreciated hearing that background because she was confused too. She's like, we're a Muslim house. Why are you here? Because of your ancestry. Your grandmother taught you about us, so we're still in your memory.
Yep, they're
still there. That leads me to why the hell did he go pick up Laura? Is that in her background too?
You know what I heard?
To explain that.
I had thought it was weird too. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would he go Laura? She doesn't believe in Egyptian gods.
Especially since she doesn't believe in anything. So what was her religious teaching coming up?
But I thought the lore with Egyptian gods, if you like don't go those 3 doors or whatever, like your heart gets eaten by a crocodile or something. But with Laura, like she was about to go in some type of basket or whatever into the void.
Well, that's the thing.
Or?
I mean, not even her going to the void, just him going to her. Period.
Well,
why did that happen?
Something, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Somebody said because she worked in that Egyptian casino, and that's what she saw all the time. That it was.
I hope it's not that lame.
But she's an atheist, though. Like she told Shadow that. So that's what really got me.
I was like, it's weak. I'm telling you, that whole Laura episode.
I really hope that's not the reasoning they give.
But to me, what I think it is that they needed a god to come get her, and that's the god we knew as the god of death. And so I think it is that weak episode that they're gonna say, or that weak reasoning is they're gonna say she was in that Egyptian hotel. It's something that she saw on the regular. Whether she believes in it is not a thing.
I mean, if you look at Emily Browning, the woman that plays Laura, what's up, Alan? Hey, Fantasy, thanks for coming in, y'all. If you look at her, she has a mixed type of look, and a somewhat exotic look. Like she doesn't look like she's just full Caucasian, which she probably is, but you can't really tell exactly her exact background. So there may be some intermixing of old school Egyptian in her background, and I'm really hoping that's the angle they go. Not that she was working at a casino with an Egyptian theme, so that's why Anubis went to her, because that's just dumb. That doesn't fit with any of the other characterizations at all.
Yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of things they did in this last episode were with weak reasoning.
Oh wait, K. Richards said that he thinks Anubis explained it, saying that he got stuck with her ticket. So I may have to go back and rewatch, because I missed that. If he did say that, I missed that line.
So like atheists, they just whoever.
Yeah, they whoever is the boss of bosses, there's just tossed out the card. Here, that's your contract. Go get it.
Huh.
Which I suppose that would make sense.
But who would be the boss of all the gods?
Who knows, man? I mean, Odin in Norse mythology is the boss of all gods, but he ain't really in charge of anything.
No, but he's not in charge of Anubis. Yeah, he's not in charge of Anubis. He's not in charge of those Slavic gods. So who would be the god for the gods?
That's a very good question, and I hope that's a storyline, a little plot point that they give us.
Yeah, because we better have an episode where it's just like focused completely on the gods or something, where they're about to like have a conversation and talk about, okay, what's our next step? It'd be this season or opening of next. Like we need that transition.
I'm hoping they end the season with that like huge gathering that he's trying to pull together
at the powerful place. Yeah,
the powerful place. I am really, really wanting to see Mr. Nancy back though, because like when that like the very opening scene of the first episode was how Odin and the Norse gods came to the New World, and that scene was pretty damn epic. And then we got episode 2 on the slave ship and how the old gods from Africa came to the New World, and that shit was bloody epic. Like as soon as he started saying that little prayer, you know, they're spanning around the room. I'm like, wait a minute, is that a dude with a fedora sitting on the steps? And y'all know me. I like my fedora is missing right now. But y'all know me. As soon as I see a fedora, I'm like, who's that? Who over there? And he started talking, and Orlando. Oh, what is his last name? Almost said Orlando Bloom. Goodness, forgive me. Orlando Jones. They picked the perfect person to bring that character to life, because Mr. Nancy, he's a storyteller. And man, giving him those lines the way he delivered them, that is my favorite intro thus far.
It gives me a lot of hope, because in the books, Mr. Nancy, Anansi is a storyteller.
Yeah.
And he has speeches in this book, like he tells stories that are just amazing, and they need to be told a certain way. And when I saw that speech and he was telling them everything that was going to happen to him, I was like, yes, this guy can do it. This guy can give those stories, and I cannot wait. Like they have to tell those stories. If they don't, I'm going to die. I'm going to die, people.
Pantyman just gave me another damn title. More titles than Daenerys by the end of this YouTube life, man. AK, the god of fedoras. I don't know about that, but now I gotta go get the damn fedora. Where is it?
If you displease AK, she's gonna make you spend the rest of your life in a crappy ass bowler hat or something.
Like, no fedoras for you.
Yeah.
But
get my Mr. Nancy on.
But yeah, I remember this like question keep on going up and appearing where we see that Slavic god with the hammer. I cannot pronounce his name to save my life though. But like when I saw that, and like a few others in the live chat were saying as well, like, was that Thor?
I thought it was about Thor too. As soon as I heard hammer, it's like, where are we going? We're going to Chicago. Oh, what's in Chicago? My hammer. I was like, oh, are we going to collect Thor, or are you physically going to get Mjolnir? That's what I was expecting, but we got I believe it's pronounced Cherznog or something similar. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, but you know, something like that. Yeah. And I like his character.
Then, like the prisoner
that guy that plays him, that actor, he always has weirdo characters that he plays like that, and he's spectacular at doing it.
But then the prisoner that Shadow was talking to, his name was what?
Loki
Smith. So I was like, so was
Loki.
that?
Yeah.
And what was Loki
So this is
doing?
how I
You
know.
know, the silver-tongued god that can speak his way out of anything, telling freaking stories.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to give Shadow a clue, and he wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, and I do agree with you, Love, with your review that you said that I cannot trust Odin for anything because I believe that he just simply placed low key, and then with those ravens outside of Laura's house, it's like he was spying on Shadow from the get go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They always wanted Shadow, and you know, again, Laura's still a bitch, but that situation seemed way too set up. You know, I mean, as they're getting into the car, you see Odin out there, and I think there's more to those flies. The initial fly that we saw her zap with the bug spray. I think there's more to that. I looked up flies in relation to gods, and there's an old Philistine god. I can't pronounce his Philistine name, but it translates to Beelzebub, aka the Lord of the Flies, and he was a demonic demon.
Flies
So
always go either
that's Christianity, and that's another name for the devil.
Well, that's why I don't know if I said it when I was talking about the flies, but flies are either demonic possession or death.
Or spies, also the eyes of the gods.
I feel like it was death, but it could be spies. I know those birds are spies.
The birds are definitely spies. Yeah. Hey, Dirty thanks for coming in.
Yeah, I thought the flies were just to signify how freaking dead she is.
She is inside.
Dead inside.
Yeah.
She's a walking corpse now. That's what I think, because they could change it in the show, but in the books they don't get into Christianity as much.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's actually, if you think about it, Christianity is a fairly new religion.
Yeah, and still very active, which is why they have a whole bunch of different Jesuses, as Odin said. And yeah, Penny,
yeah, the Mexican Jesus.
That's also another name for Beelzebub is Baal.
Oh yeah, true. But now the Mexican Jesus one, I was dying when he said that. Like, they got here illegally.
And what did he say? People need a lot of Jesus, so there's a lot of different Jesuses out there.
You know, in the books they say something great too, because they're talking about. It's when they mention that, okay, there's an American Odin, and then there's an Odin in like Norway or wherever, and you know, like there's an Odin wherever people have believed in him at some point.
They're similar, but not the same.
Yeah, exactly. And so they talk about Jesus. This is the only time they talk about Jesus in the book. They don't do the different color Jesus, but they say, okay, there's an American Jesus who does pretty well, but then they mention a Jesus in some other country. And they're like, that poor guy is begging on the streets because nobody believes in that Jesus here. Like, Jesus in America does really well. And I forgot the country, he's begging on the streets. So I thought that was a really interesting thing that they said in the books. And I kind of hope they mentioned something like that about how like a god could be a god here and be doing well. And then in another country is just like nothing, nobody, forgotten. So that was cool. Although I did like the whole Mexican Jesus thing.
Mm-hmm. And that would make sense since when we first see Odin, he's like trying to con his way into getting a first class ticket to the plane.
And he did. Hey, T baby.
Oh, it's T. Hi, T.
But it was like the way that how Shadow just escaped his impending death from losing the first checkers game. It was like way too easy. Like, was I the only one who felt that way?
Yeah.
I thought he would have played better. I mean, apparently he had to get his mojo back to go and ask for a rematch, and what he did very well on. But I think he basically just thought about the moves that the Hammer made. And he saw, as they started playing again, he's making the exact same moves. So Shadow stepped his game up, changed the way he was playing, and that's how he was able to beat him.
Yeah, it shows
he's an old god, and he has the same old tricks. He's like not adapting to keep up.
Yeah, they can't. they're not capable of really changing. That's why those women don't really learn how to cook. And
yeah, they know how to make like that one or two things that they made way back in the day when they were famous.
they don't have.
Welcome back, Rand.
And you also get the feeling he doesn't want to kill him. He's not looking forward to.
Yeah, he doesn't. It looked like he was just taunting him to tease him, and then he won, and he was like, "Well, look at that. I guess I can smack you on the head."
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think Shadow called it right. Shadow called it right. You're going to need more than one swing. You might have been real strong back in the day, but I mean, you're seeking to kill something. You might not actually kill me. I might just get brain damaged or be confined to a wheelchair or something. You don't know. And because, you know, he's prideful, he's like, okay, well, all right, yeah, I'll play you again. I know I'm going to win. Well, it didn't work out that well, did it? Yes, T-Baby, you need to read this book. The book is awesome.
It is. And if you're a fan of Anansi, you need to read Anansi Boys also.
That's on my list.
You need to read it.
Yeah, that's like the spinoff or the spinoff to the American God.
It's not a spinoff. It's just focused on Anansi, on Mr. Nancy, and like a portion of his life.
Yep.
It doesn't really have anything to do with this war or anything like that. It's just his own story. And it's awesome.
Yeah, I've got that on my list, and I've got the Norse Gods by Neil Gaiman also on the list after American Gods.
Yeah, I haven't read that one either yet.
So
yeah, in episode 3.
Wait, hold on.
See the, yeah,
wait a minute.
Okay.
What about Lady Belkis though? We didn't really get into her that much.
We really did.
Let's not jump ahead.
Oh my goodness, because
over that awesomeness.
She's not doing too bad for herself. I don't think.
She really isn't. Now,
in order for her to get her power, she has to like go through like dating websites, you know, as opposed to people voluntarily going.
Well, see, that's the thing. She seems to be at least keeping up with it. She's using the new age to get what she wants still. But what is up with the piece in the museum? I need more information on that.
Well,
Is she sacrificing to someone else?
No, I think she was reliving her glory days is what I think she was doing. She went back to the museum to relive when she was worshipped, the way she's supposed to be worshipped. So she was just, it's like going back in your yearbook and, oh, remember when I was skinny and pretty? And then now you're not, you know? So I think that's what that was, her reliving her glory days.
What about like what happened when she looked at that case and it was like a laid out outfit and it looked like a something came up for a second and then went back down and we saw like all the stuff in there was moved. So was that her like maybe storing power into a strong point for her?
Oh, maybe.
I think that she just knew like how it was supposed to be like worn on her. I think again, like what I said, I think she was like reliving her days. Because when she went to that museum, it looked like that statue, how she was like worshipped.
I could see that. Hey, Last Earth.
But yeah, just like Pennyman said, she could be the god of tender. I don't know, but I would swap left of tender.
You know what? The way she's using them moves. I mean, Tinder might be the dating service that she's using. We don't know. Maybe that's an offshoot of her.
But you know what? She's using technology. That means she's under the power of the new gods. She's not completely under her own power. So I don't know, because I'm telling you, she's in the book, she's not as important, and I think they're going to make her more important. So I'm wondering if maybe that's going to be something in the show.
Do you think she could maybe be a spy set in place by the new gods? Like she's of the old gods. So maybe she does allow herself to be recruited by Odin. But she's in there really working for them because they can't get Shadow. Shadow's not a betrayer like that.
Yeah, Shadow's not going to go with them. But
we don't know exactly where her loyalties really lie. We don't know that much about her personality yet.
Yeah. I don't know, but I think maybe that might have something to do with it, because why is an old god using the new gods?
Right, they tend to stay separate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So she's the only one, like you said, she's the only one who's.
That's interesting. I'm gonna keep that in the back of my head now. I like that thought.
So hopefully they do something with that, because she doesn't do that in the books. In the book, she's a prostitute, so she picks them up on the corner. You know, and that's not technology. In the books, she's old way, just the way prostitutes have been doing it for centuries.
Yeah, right. She's prostitution in the books, but now she is the lady of Tinder. So
it's interesting. I'm hoping they do
maybe.
something with that.
Like T. Like,
this is why I cannot be on the stream when T Baby's in the chat. The Lord of Trolls, right there.
House Troll.
Right, House Troll. We troll them all.
Stage
Even her
troll.
friends. People that see T Baby in other chat rooms and you think she's just being mean. No, she trolls everyone. And yeah, T, I will work on sending you the book this weekend. However, if you don't want to wait, it is on YouTube. Just search
that's how I'm probably
God's
gonna get
audiobook.
those audiobooks. Either that, or I just like go to a YouTuber who has like use theirs.
Yeah, and they haven't gotten a copyright strike for having it up.
Yeah.
I play 10 minutes or something on a freaking 3-hour stream and I get cited for 10 minutes. How is that any different than the rest of the damn stream? Fucking YouTube.
Who knows?
But
Unless they're
anyways,
like working with them, I don't know.
we were moving on to episode 3.
Yes, with the Djinn. Like, I was very confused about what happened. Like, did they switch lives, or just did the Djinn grant his wish and just gave him a brand new life? And like, not us seeing who he was though, because that was it. I'm sure what he was. The guy was his occupation was holding the damn briefcase. Because when he opened up his wallet, we do see him there. So I'm guessing the show just didn't let us see his like actual the new actor, whoever it's supposed to be. Because we did see in episode 2, we did see that same Djinn there.
Already in a suit. So I think this was a flashback to how he got into that suit and got hooked up with Odin. I don't think he transferred like any of his powers to Salim, but he did grant Salim's wish by switching lives with him. You know, because everybody saw that, you know, his clothes were left there and Salim put on his own clothes, but nobody was really talking about what they didn't see. Salim's clothes, his briefcase, and all of his stuff were also gone. Yeah. So the Djinn basically switched lives with him, and it was kind of like granting both of their wishes because they were both tired in the positions they were in life. So he gets to go off and maybe be a salesman, and he's probably going to be a whole lot more successful at it because of what he is. And Salim, he didn't even question it. He was like, hell yeah. I get to go outside and just do work for me. I don't have to work for my punk ass brother-in-law that's cussing me out every 5 minutes. And I don't have to worry about none of that anymore. I can just go and do me and nobody cares. And if you look at the picture on the ID in that wallet, that wasn't even the Djinn. So I think this isn't the first time that he's switched lives with someone like that. I think this is just the one time that it was showcased for us.
Yeah. No, yeah, I definitely think in the show they just switched. They just switched lives or occupations, I guess. Lives, occupations, and now the Djinn is the salesman and Salim is a taxi cab driver. And no one's going to question it. No one's going to...
Right. Like,
no one's going to notice.
He gets to disappear.
Yeah.
And start over and just do him. He was happy to jump in that cab.
Oh, yeah. He was.
You know, he dropped the shades on, came out the building smiling. You know, he just had some good the night before. And now he's got a new job and don't got to worry about none of that old business in the old world. So he's loving it.
Yeah.
T Baby asked which one is our favorite episode so far.
Yeah, for me it's episode 2 with Mr. Nancy. Yeah.
Mr. Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Love, what's yours?
Well, from there,
probably that one also.
Yeah, I think we're unanimous across the board so far.
Because then we got Media in that one too, and Media was pretty badass.
Yo,
Man, we just skipped over that one.
oh wait, how did we skip over that? I did not recognize that was freaking Scully until somebody pointed it out on Facebook. Oh, and I was looking for her, waiting for her to pop up. I'm like, holy shit, they did a hell of a makeup job on her, because I thought they just manipulated Lucy from old TV clips, but that was freaking Dana Scully.
Contouring. That's the power of contouring, right?
Yeah. They had me fooled until it was pointed out to me, and now I can't like unsee it. Like, how did I miss that was her?
Yeah.
Gillian Anderson. Let me say her real name, Gillian Anderson. For you guys that don't know, didn't watch X-Files, you're lame if you didn't watch X-Files. But that when we say Scully, that's who we're talking about.
But yeah, from that media scene, like we truly know from then on in, like everyone truly wants Shadow, because she was impressed about how she handled, how Shadow handled that Techno Boy scene. Which from when I saw that, I was like, okay, Justin Bieber looking, who's like smoking, what was it, a toad or something? Like,
he did get on there looking like the most b-boyest of the freaking boy bands. Like, damn, dude, really? You could have looked like anything in technology, and that's the look you chose? Come on, bruh.
Well, you got to think about it. He's tech boy. What is it about tech? It's anything. Everything is just in fashion for seconds.
Yeah,
and it's
true.
gone. So he's
Very true.
just trends. That's all he is. He's a trend, and 5 seconds he's gonna be another trend. You know? Like,
Yeah, right. And that totally explains like how he was changing towards the end of the conversation constantly. Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah.
Good call.
He's nothing permanent. You know, like nothing lasting.
Maybe said Puppy got his ass whooped.
that is true.
Yeah, they really. I mean, well, how
And
are you gonna? How is anybody gonna really beat up technology unless you're like some undead thing? Clearly.
And it was the undead, like Laura come back. Like when I saw that first episode, I was like, okay, it has to be her, because the moment he just flipped the coin and just sinked into the grave, I'm like,
yeah, like something's got to come back from that. And then we saw the leprechaun pulling up her coffin and there was a coin-sized hole in there. I was like, oh yeah, but where is the coin now? Like, she doesn't have it.
I'm guessing it's in her. It has to be inside her. That's my opinion.
How would they miss that though? They like cleared out all of her embalming fluid is gone. They literally put metal pins inside of her. Do you think it just passed through her with the embalming fluid?
Well, yeah, like she's all embalmed or whatever. I think it's inside whatever.
Or maybe it just got like stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck in there somewhere, and then I mean the embalming fluid came out, but she still has stuff in there, like in her ribs or something, you know?
Right. Okay.
In the book, she carries it around her neck like a necklace, but I think in the show they're going for it
it's just inside her. Yeah.
Or maybe it's in her forehead. She's really tiny.
She is tiny. Like I look at her and I still see Violet Baudelaire.
Yeah.
From A Series of Unfortunate
Events. Yeah, they make that connection.
Stop growing. From that point, she's so little. Like, I know Ricky Whittle was a decent sized guy, but she is like dwarfed compared to him.
Well, just when you see her in the sink, like where the counter reaches her, she's tiny. Like, I'm 5 feet, so I'm not over here talking shit about her being short, but like she's tiny. She's really. She reminds me of a Bratz doll, but without those freaky eyes. That's what she reminds me of, like this little thing, like adorable little thing. I like how she looks. I like looking at her too, but her character sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with what Scout said in chat, that I'm predicting that as the episodes like go on, like we're gonna see her probably decompose. And like even Anubis said at one point, like eventually you're gonna die again. And when you do, I'm gonna come after you. Yeah. It was like that point on, like he was investing in her now. Before
and
he didn't give a damn what happened.
I have a theory on that whole thing, but before I say that, let me respond to Penny Man real quick. He says, I did like him on the 100. Sorry, AK. Don't apologize. Ricky Whittle, his character was not a problem for me. What the hell was his name on there? Lincoln.
Yeah.
Lincoln's character was fucking awesome. And he's gone on that show. He asked to be written out because they were treating him like shit. He is not the issue I have with the 100. I guess he's part of the issue because I didn't like how that whole situation went down. But don't apologize for that. I loved him on the 100 as well. And yeah, she was also in Sucker Punch. I still always call
Terrible
her
movie.
whenever I see her, though. Yeah, that movie didn't get as much hype as it should have. That was a really good flick.
I haven't seen that one either.
Don't
But
see it, you
anyways.
waste your time.
Shut up. Back to what we were speaking
Isn't it
about.
like based off a graphic novel or something? Maybe you should like read that or so.
Yeah.
I want to say yes, but I don't remember for sure, honestly.
I think it is.
I think it is, but I'm not 100% on that. But with Anubis and Thoth, I think they didn't help her just to help her. They are also old gods trying to survive in the new world. They basically did Shadow a quote unquote favor. So, you know, once they get to talking, I mean, and I'm sure he's gonna talk about how wrong Laura did him, and I hope they have that conversation. There's a conversation that they haven't had from the book yet. So I think we're going to see that next episode. But I think it boils down to, you know, they're going to get praise from Shadow for her being able to be there still. And that's going to help them keep up. That's going to give them a little bit of juice. Pretty much like how they need, you know, prayers and worship and whatnot. That's going to help keep them going a little bit.
I think all the Odin's been talking about it, or Mr. Wednesday's been talking about it from the beginning. They keep talking about this event, this thing that's going to happen. And all the old gods know about it. And the new gods keep threatening Shadow about it. So I think they're all working towards this goal, this war, or this thing that's going to happen. So I think they helped her because of that, because she's a piece of getting them to where they need to go.
Right.
So I think you're absolutely right about that. And they need Shadow. Shadow's a huge piece.
And yeah, everybody needs Shadow. Whatever side he's on, that's what's going to win.
Yeah.
Or at least have a serious edge.
Even in his premonition dream, he was like surrounded by all those skeleton bones in that bone orchard.
In the orchard.
Is he going to be like one of the last few in that war to survive, or will he be like the very last to die?
And I want to point out about Shadow, some of the gods we haven't seen yet are Native American gods, but we do kind of see them because of that white buffalo. It's very like a Native American kind of thing, and that wolf that they almost run over. When they're talking about his belief system and they almost hit that wolf, that's another very Native American thing. All this nature stuff. So I'm really hoping they bring that in also, because they're giving you those little signs. They're not gods, they're animals, but I mean, Native Americans were very nature.
And that's one of the things how I like how they describe Shadow in the book, because you can't look at him and tell exactly what he is. And I commend them for picking Ricky Whittle. I mean, you know, he seems like he's just straight up brother. But if you really look at his features, you can't exactly tell where he comes from. So I think they did pretty good on that.
Or I mean, Ricky Whittle, you can tell like some of his ancestry,
but not all of it.
He's mixed, you know, or you not tell, I guess, because I don't know, but he seems mixed.
No, yeah, I see I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so like, I mean, it's more obvious some of his ancestry in the show than it is in the book. But I like how you pointed that out. That there's something about him where you're like, does he have some other blood in there?
Right.
And
like they straight up ask him in the book. Like one of the guards is talking to him, being a smart ass. He asks him, like, you know, are you like Native American? I mean, you got this in you, you got that in you. Do you think you're part of this? And Shadow's just like, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. He doesn't know. He doesn't care. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just, I'm here. I'm not even worried about that.
He gets asked if he has black ancestry, and he gets asked if he has Native American ancestry. So yeah.
And both times he's like, maybe.
Yeah.
But in the show, it's like, I don't know if they're leading us towards that he's black. So I'm like, so you're black? And then he says yes. Like he didn't add anything else within the show.
Well, think about how that's looked at today, though. Nobody's gonna, no one's really looking at you if you have that tone of skin. They're automatically thinking just one thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is black. You just don't know if he's got other.
Yeah, you just don't know what else he is.
Yeah. So
that's the thing.
So
Alan said he's racially ambiguous, and yes, that's exactly how Shadow's written in the book.
Yeah, in the book you don't know. In the book,
you don't know at all.
It could be anything, but I mean, in the show, some parts are a little more obvious than others, but there's still that question like, what else?
Yeah, Pennyman said, just not white. Like, well, yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
There's probably a little of that in there too. Who knows?
And T said that Mr. Wednesday might be collecting monsters.
Collecting monsters?
Yes and no. I mean, he's collecting the old gods, but some of those old gods have some really bad juju in their lineage. So, yes and no.
So his way of saying monsters is a metaphor of the old gods. I don't know, but it's clearly the fact that that Slavic god is like a monster, because the way he says like back in the
look
day.
At how they brought Odin to the New World. They literally had to take each other's eyes out.
Well, the Slavic god is a dual god. So he's light and dark. That's why he says, I'm black, and he says, my brother's white.
My brother's white.
But when he says his brother, it's not like not necessarily another being. He's a dual god. Kind of like if you talk about, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. It's like they're different, but they're not different.
Right.
So that's that god. He's dual. So the one we met is the dark part of him. So that's why he's talking about killing and death and sacrifice.
Yeah, we haven't met the light side yet.
We haven't met the light side. Who knows if we will meet the light side, but that's what he is. So I wouldn't call him a monster. I think we got introduced to the dark side of him.
To the dark side first, right?
Yeah. So, and I think I need to read up more on that god, because he seems really interesting, because people are dual too. Like, we've got our dark, we've got our light. So I want to read up on him. He sounds interesting. And I wanted to say about Shadow being mixed race. I like it because races have their own culture and their own religion. So he might have a lot of gods in him.
Which is why everyone wants him.
Yeah. So I think that's a big part of the reason of why everybody wants him.
Right.
He's got so much of that. Like I'm Mexican, right? So I've got Native American and I've got Spanish, which is mostly Catholic. So I can have those dual, beliefs inside me. Someone who has even more mixed heritage, like my children have Japanese heritage. So they can have Native American and Christian and Japanese beliefs. So I like that. I think that's really interesting and something that's very uniquely American, how mixed we all are.
Right. And high five to Neil Gaiman, because he sat and researched and came up with this awesome ass story all around it, and it's spectacular.
I love it.
I've been sleeping on him for so long.
I love him. I love him. He does kids books too that are pretty amazing.
T-Baby said Shadow reminds her of Hercules. I don't think he's Hercules, but I see how you can make that connection.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's another. Like I said,
I'm a mythology hound, so I went and researched. I know who Shadow is, but I'm not gonna spoil it.
No. So two people know.
Well, I mean, Shadow is not just a regular guy. I don't think anybody believes that.
He has to be a god or a demigod.
You should know that.
Who he is still a mystery. What he is still a mystery. Yeah.
Yep.
For now, he's just, the Azor Ahai of the show right now.
Yeah.
Until Game of Thrones come back in July, he's just the one that is promised that everyone wants. Old and new.
Yep. And you know what I like is that everybody sees his worth except for Technical Boy.
Except for Technical Boy.
Because Technical Boy is too stupid. He's just
Technical Boy is cocky.
Now.
Technical Boy is cocky. He thought he could just have Shadow literally fucking lynched, and that would be the end of it. No, bitch, no. You obviously don't know who that man is.
No, because he's just in the moment. Like, Technical Boy doesn't look at the past. Technical Boy doesn't look at the future. He's just now. So he's the only one who doesn't get it.
Media said it.
Cool that they added that.
Media said it the best. He's like, I don't agree with how Technical Boy handled you. He doesn't know how. He just doesn't know how to see your worth. Everyone is underestimating you. I'm not. Come hang with me.
Yeah.
But we know not everyone is underestimating him, because there's a reason that Odin came for his ass. Odin didn't take Laura out just for no reason. He made sure that shit happened because Laura was his grounder. If she was still around, he wouldn't be going nowhere to Chicago or traveling all around and taking this shit from some random dude.
Exactly.
He had to leave him with nothing.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's implied in the books, and they implied it in the show that he had something to do with.
Taryn, I know you need the book. How you gonna ask me like 20 times in the same stream though? I can't download it while I'm streaming.
Look it up on YouTube. It's
That's the one Brand put the audio. He put the audio in like the live chat.
I think Brand
Taryn just like bothering me, man. She likes bothering me and hearing me ramble.
I think Brad might have put the link to the audiobook in case anyone's.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The link is there. She can like go listen to it right now. But now, hey, you need to send me that book. You said you were gonna send me the book. Where is it? Does she know I haven't even had internet for like the past 2 weeks?
Because he's supposed to be talking like the Once Upon a Time thing, which we do got to talk about that another
Yes.
time.
You know what? I still have to watch the finale. I'm still in my feelings about that dance. Sidebar, everybody. Sorry, we gotta talk Once Upon a Time real quick. I'm still in my feelings about that fucking musical wedding.
It didn't happen. If Rumple wasn't really part of it, it didn't happen.
Let it be known, AK is a shipper of Swan Queen. Fuck the damn captain. I like Hook on his own. He's a cool character. I just the whole somewhat love story with him and Emma. Just no. That it would have been way more interesting if her and Regina, who have had chemistry since fucking episode 1, would have ended up in that wedding. The musical really wasn't the issue. I'm not a supporter of Captain Swan like that. Secondly, it was, I guess maybe the music was a bit much. It was just so Disney. Like, Once Upon a Time was fairy tales for adults. Why are we singing through a whole episode? Just why? It was unnecessary, unneeded. Disney, I bet, they put that in the contract. Like, there has to be one musical episode in the series at some time. We don't care when you do it, but it better be done, or else we're pulling our characters. No, you probably didn't see that episode, so because you couldn't forget it if you did.
Exactly.
I still
Anyway,
that.
That's my thoughts on Once Upon a Time for right now. I still gotta watch the finale. Once I do, we'll definitely stream about it. BBM.
Mm-hmm.
So are we ready?
Are we all just stalling from talking about episode 4?
Yeah.
Are we ready to live
People
up?
said that episode 3 was like slow and not worth it. No.
No, episode 3 was definitely worth it. It was informative, just like the first 2 episodes were. Episode 4 was also informative. However,
No, it was not. Stop lying. The only part you needed to know about the episode was the moment where she actually got out of the grave. No, correction, when she met Anubis. From then on in, if I knew what was the actual time,
all right, go charge up
after the stream is over. After the stream is over, I'm there gonna find out what's that time, so I can just tell people in the description box. Just watch that point on, and everything else before that is explanatory. Like, we know that she cheats on Shadow, but like the way how it's brought up, I'm like, really? It's like specifically they just want us to hate Laura to the point that they may like just bring her back so we can actually have sympathy for her and actually want us to side no.
Well, you know
like,
what?
I'm dying to get that link, Alicia. I'm dying.
I want to say.
Go ahead, Lobby. Go ahead.
I wanted to see how Neil Gaiman felt about it because I absolutely like despised how they changed Laura, and I don't like what they did to Shadow. But so I was like, I wonder if he likes it. He might like it for all I know, and he says he does. But he also said that he thought it was kind of giving Laura, like, make us more sympathetic to her. And I was like, I don't think that worked because I had more sympathy for her in the book than I do in the show. Like, in the book, I'm like, okay, she's selfish. She's not a great person, but she made a mistake and she was going to fix it. In the show, I'm just like, Jesus, this person's a piece of absolute shit. Like, why would anybody want to be even near her? So I wanted to point that out, that some people think that that episode was to make her more sympathetic, and I personally don't think it worked.
I don't think it was for more sympathy. I mean, look at my lower third, okay? Hashtag fuck Laura. I am not a fan of her character. She's still a bitch for what she did. However, and I'm going to shout out Nikki Star TV. She is another reviewer on YouTube. Y'all go check her channel out. I've only discovered her trying to, find more people talking about American Gods, and she's been reviewing since episode 1. And I watched her review this morning for episode 4, and she just gave me another perspective of looking at it. She still doesn't really like Laura either, but she had some insight that I hadn't really noticed, and I thought it was relevant. Laura, that song that they were playing while she was doing that ridiculousness in the car with the roadhead, the name of the song, I believe, is Queen of the Board. And that's basically Laura's theme song. She is, look at how she started out, trying to kill herself with some freaking bug spray. She was half dead inside, again, another tie to the flies. She was bored in life. It seems like she wanted more, wanted to be in a different place, but she couldn't get there. She couldn't figure out how to get out of that rut. So, Shadow comes in, that's a new thing in her life. So, ooh, shiny. She's going to go explore that. And we see, same that she's good for a little bit, but then the same thing happens. She's back in a rut. It's a routine. She doesn't like it. And Nikki pointed out that when it came to Shadow actually getting caught and her speaking to him about, well, I can confess my part in it and I'll do this time. She said it to her, it seemed like Laura wanted to go to jail.
Yeah.
Because that would be a new situation, a new thing for her to explore. Like I think my personal thought is I think she does love Shadow, but like Audrey said, she didn't love Shadow like Shadow loved her. She didn't know how to get quite to that spot. She's selfish. She wants everything, but she's stuck in how to get there. Well, so that explained a lot of her. She's still a bitch. But I understand a little bit more, I think, of what they were trying to show with her character.
Well, no, I agree, because I think I even said it in my review that I don't think she offered to go to jail because she felt like repentant or she felt
no responsibility. Not at all.
She just wanted to do something else. It's another thrill. She's a thrill, like she just chases thrills, right. And she never looks at her life and says, "Hey, I got it pretty good." Like shit, if that was my husband, you would never catch me complaining. So, like I get that about her. I just don't, but I don't think maybe she's different now, but I don't think she's capable of loving or being happy before she dies. I think she's incapable. I don't know if it's a mental illness.
She was alive until she was dead.
So now that she's dead, I'm not sure that she's still feeling anything, or it's just a great thrill, because now she's got a guy that glows, and that nobody else has that, like it's just another thrill is what I'm kind of thinking, which is why I didn't like it, because in the books, like I think Laura is more sympathetic, because Laura is actually in the book, she actually seems to be like paying for her sins in life.
Alan just said that Laura needs Westworld. Yes, Laura does need Westworld.
She needs Man in Black treatment.
No, Laura would get bored in Westworld in 5 minutes. Laura would be bored in 5 minutes. She'd kill everybody, she'd screw everybody, and then she'd be like, it's the same thing as life. I'm bored. I need something else. Like, she's fucking unbearable. But yeah,
she needs to find the maze. She needs to find the maze. That's what it is.
Yeah, she would hook up with the Man in Black, and they would be in there killing for nothing for years until they got bored and figured out the maze and started going on that. Like again, if you look at how the Man in Black looked when all them hosts came out the trees, he was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to level up." That dude was the happiest fucking person in Westworld at that point.
Yeah,
but yeah, I totally see where your mind is going with that, Alan. I agree.
But honestly, I don't like Laura. I think might be incapable of any kind of real emotion.
That's highly possible. She's very selfish. She's very selfish. That's highly possible. but I think it's also possible that they were trying to show she might actually be capable of doing better now. She's still, I mean, like Anubis said, though, she's still going to go to the dark place. You know, she opted out of actually weighing her heart. So she still only has one place that she's going to end up, but she's at least going to try to do a little bit of right by Shadow before that comes.
Well, that might be like the excitement she needs, that she knows she's on borrowed time before she goes to darkness. So that might be the excitement she needs for however long it takes her to rot. So
yeah, she is. Yeah, she is definitely eventually going to rot. That coin isn't going to get her all the way back like she wants it to.
Yeah,
I don't see that in her cards at all.
Yeah.
See, I think that maybe episode 5 or so, that Matsumi is gonna be gunning for her if the coin is still inside of her.
Well, he's gunning for her now. He's gunning for her now. He's looking for her. He went to that grave. He knows that coin is inside her. He needs that.
But that's the thing, though. You got to look at Sweeney's situation. He's not going to get it. His good luck only works for him if he has the coin. You saw. Look what happened as soon as he got in the car with that dude that was trying to help him out. Bad luck. That man died. Like not even a whole 5 minutes. It took less than 1 minute, and that man was dead. Anything Sweeney touches now, it's a wrap.
He can die.
Anything Sweeney touches now, it's a wrap. He's gonna end up dead. He's gonna end up dead. He's not getting that coin back.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know he's gunning for her at least.
Unless they change up his storyline. I did read a little bit more about him. Unless they change his storyline, I don't know, but they might. They might.
Sweeney he's another one that I think they're gonna do more with. Because in the books,
I hope so. I like his character.
In the books, he's really down on his luck. You know.
Yeah.
He's one of the ones that's doing really poorly. So he seems. I think they're doing more with him in the book. So I'm looking forward to that. I think he will be gunning for Laura, and I think it's going to be more of a story for that. I think that's how they're going to bring Laura more story and him more story.
That's going to be one hell of a fight. Because Sweeney's a good fighter, but Laura's like super god strength right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's like in permanent god mode. Like she kicked that freaking techno boy dude in the nuts, and his whole spine out of his skull. I don't know if Sweeney is gonna get that coin. I saw a question. Scout said, "Is she rotting?" Yes, she is. That's why when you see her buy all those fly trappers, and there's tons of flies coming at her. Flies are attracted to rot. So yeah, she's definitely rotting. She's not back to being whole again at all.
And if you saw the previews, she's in the tub. Like, gross, Laura, you're freaking dead and you've got stitches and you're soaking in the tub. That's just
not smart. You're gonna bloat yourself up and you're not gonna be able to get rid of that.
Mm-hmm. I was grossed out. I'm telling you right now, I'm pre-grossed out in the next episode for her soaking in the tub. Don't soak your corpse ass in the tub.
Alan said Laura could beat Shao Kahn. You know what? As of right now, if he wasn't using any of his magic, well, shit. Even then, she's almost impervious to harm right now.
That is true.
I mean, a crowbar hit her and her arm fell off, but she has metal bones now, pretty much. They replaced all of that for her, so she might actually be able to go toe to toe with Shao Kahn. Maybe.
I don't know. If she's rotting, her skull might be easy to crush or something.
True enough. So Alan said he wishes he had Anubis's voice. That dude does have a smooth ass baritone, don't he?
The first time I heard it, I was like, is that
talk all day. Just say the alphabet and I'll be happy.
Yeah. He has a great voice.
Scout said, where do you soak a corpse then? You don't.
Don't.
Just don't. Unless you're putting them in embalming fluid. Don't do that.
Right? Do like back in Egypt and do an oil bath. That's how you clean yourself.
And also how you keep your skin moist. And Laura needs that. So, yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Get some olive oil and rub everywhere.
Who thinks Laura's going to try and have sex with Shadow?
Yeah, I think that's going to happen. That's going to happen. Sorry to say
I
this,
don't
but
think
yeah, it's
Shadow's
probably
gonna
gonna
go for
happen.
it, but who thinks she's gonna try it?
Hey, Red. She, I mean, she might. Like I said, she's fucking selfish. So
Yeah.
she might try it. She might actually try it. Thanks for coming in, Red. Nice seeing you.
Because Laura in the books she kisses him, and
She full out
he's
kisses
totally
her.
skeeved out, but she doesn't.
Yeah, like she's back a lot
I'm just
sooner in the books than she was on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, she's there pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. And she tells him, you know, exactly what's what. And she actually in the book truly seemed, you know, repentant for what she did. She's like, you know, I did this thing. I'm sorry, but I'm here now. I got you. You know, whenever you need, just
Yeah,
call
but
me and
I hope Shadow just says, you know what, I'm sorry, but bye, Felicia, and just leave. I'm sorry. If I was Shadow, that's what would be me.
he's gonna need her every now and then. I think he's gonna get into a pinch, and he's gonna need that superhero ex machina.
No, I think he has enough of luck right now because the Slavic god, or I'm not sure what she is, the youngest one of the three. Like she gave, you know, Shadow Moon the actual moon, or I don't know if it was the actual moon or whatever. Gave him like more luck. It's not enough, but almost because he lost the sun, which I'm guessing must have been the coin.
The moon isn't as powerful as the sun. Laura has the sun now.
Mm-hmm.
So he might encounter something that could overpower him, even with having the extra power of the moon. And boom, Laura.
Yeah, he has Laura. Laura's his. Like, Shadow has the sun and the moon now.
Yep.
He doesn't have the sun in the palm of his hand, but he has Laura. Laura's his. So yeah, Laura's gonna have to. Like,
yeah, otherwise they wouldn't have brought her back.
Yeah, and he's glowing for her. Like she said, he's her personal son. He's her beacon, so she's his. You know, now that magic has worked its way in her,
which is going to make him even more wanted now.
Oh yeah,
I hope they play that up.
Without even trying, Shadow ended up with the sun and the moon. So
yeah, like what Pennyman said.
But it's there.
Versus Shao Kahn, not Shao Kahn, excuse me, Shang Tsung. It should be
that mountain.
Like that one.
You know what? Now let's weigh the pros and cons of that. I like that death match. Let's weigh that in. Zombie Mountain can basically just grab a guy by the head, just smash.
Mm-hmm.
However, Laura can pretty much do the same thing, and she's tiny. The Mountain, he's big and he has reach, but she is small and she can move fast.
Yeah.
You know, the Mountain for his size, he is quick, but he's not going to be faster than some little squirrely chick that knows that. Let the Mountain come after Shadow and see what happens to him.
Yeah, Shadow's essentially dead from that.
Full armor though.
He has full armor.
Anything, you know. Well, Laura got to be pulling an Oberon
out of metal.
I don't think they were made of metal. I don't think they were made of metal. They were made of pixels. Pixels are really easy to beat up, so we'll see.
I mean, all right, okay. I'll grant you that. They may have been made out of pixels, but she ripped the holy fuck out of like 10 of them guys. Shadow is a big dude and he's a good fighter. He couldn't stand up to them.
No, she definitely has superhuman strength. It's in the books too. Like, she does that same thing in the books. She rips some people apart. Like,
I think she would definitely give the Mountain a run for his money, and I think she has the capability to win if she plays it smart. I mean, Oberon would have beat the Mountain if he would have played it smart and he would have been fucking cocky. The Mountain could have just been dead, and we would have had sexy Oberon riding around now. But no, he had to be cocky.
Oberon was too emotional, I think, was his problem.
Way too emotional, and you cannot go into a fight emotional. Laura ain't gonna have that problem.
No, Laura didn't have emotions when she was alive, much less now that she's dead.
Exactly.
So Shadow.
Alan said Laura kicked the dude in the nuts, and it was fatality. Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. I don't think Zombie Mountain would stand up to her. It'd be a fight. It wouldn't be easy. It'd be a fight, but I think it'd be a wrap for the Mountain.
I think if he landed on her, it's over. But
if he landed on her, but
other than that,
she moves too quick for that.
Yeah.
She could literally like jump on this dude's back and rip his head up.
Yeah, but if he got one hand on her, then it would be over.
Yeah, that's where her speed would come in. Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
But if she can avoid him getting her, then she could win. Definitely. There's a chance.
I mean, that's the same thing that Oberyn did until his dumbass got too close. Mm-hmm. And what happened? Squish goes Oberyn.
Yep.
He had that fight. He totally had that fight until he got up on there. Like, I get it, dude. He raped her. He killed her. You didn't really need to know who did the order. Just kill this motherfucker and let's move on. What the fuck are we still doing in this ring?
Or he knew who did it.
It goes into more.
You had to hear him say it. Like, why do you have to hear him say it? You know who did it. Get him.
Exactly. You know what happened. The whole 7 kingdoms knows what the fuck happened. He didn't need to say shit. Stab that dude in the face and be on your way, dude.
According to some theories, he kind of did poison Tywin.
Yeah,
that's a whole other live stream.
I think that's what helped Qyburn be able to actually get to him and do what he did to him.
Yeah. I don't know how we started talking about Game of Thrones. Who did this?
I told you Game of Thrones did everything. That is why BBM put that disclaimer in the beginning. Game of Thrones might come into the conversation. It happens.
Who's going to get a timeout? You know you can't tell us anything about Game of Thrones because we'll go off.
This is what we do, people.
You have no self-control.
Y'all know who we are. Where do you know all 3 of us from? Fucking Game of Thrones live streams and discussions. It is our life, damn it. We live and breathe this shit. If you cut one of us open right now, you're going to see George R. R. Martin's head pop out like what?
Little Jon Snow's coming out. Tywin.
You would want Jon Snow to pop out of you, wouldn't you?
Oh, Lord.
Love be trying to summon back in like, no!
Oh, man.
Yeah, it seems like we covered all 4 episodes. If anyone got any questions,
what do you guys think is coming up? BBM, you go first because you don't have any book knowledge. What do you think is coming next?
Well, obviously, Laura's going to try to work her way back into Shadow's life.
I don't think she's
That's a given.
It's Shadow. I don't think she's going to have to work that hard. I don't think they're boning anytime soon. But
well, we need at least some type of boning in an episode. And every episode has to be some type of a boning or some type of penis mentioned or seen. So it's inevitable there. If Bigger Quest is not in this next episode, then yeah, it's gonna happen. It's
gonna be all gross and squishy. I don't want to see it, guys. I don't.
Oh dear.
Before that, besides that, I got to see more Mr. Nancy. I hope we can see at least one more time before this season ends.
He's gonna have to be. There's no way that they won't have him in the rest of the season.
We're also promised Easter. If we're going by the trailers and stuff, we're also promised Easter. We're also promised whoever Crispin Glover's character is gonna be, and some other new gods. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Easter because Kristen Chenoweth plays her. And if you guys aren't up on your Broadway musical game, Kristen Chenoweth originated the part of Glinda with a G from the play Wicked. And she is freaking awesome. I don't know if you've seen any other shows or anything that she's been in, but
isn't she like in Glee?
Spectacular actress. Yeah, she was on Glee for a while with her other alum from Wicked. Idina Menzel. She played the part of Glinda, the Wicked Witch of the East, and they were both awesome. I kind of wish that Idina Menzel was playing one of the gods on this show too, but yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, so much happens in each episode. I can't wait. We've got 4 more episodes, and so much can happen.
What the hell are we gonna do for the rest of summer? I mean, we got Game of Thrones, but we only
Game of Thrones though.
We only got that for 8 weeks too, though.
Yeah.
Damn, I need more entertainment.
That's why I'd be watching so much shows, but now it's like so much season finales that just happened with some of my other shows. It's like Yeah.
Yeah, like
Besides, when
what are we
American
gonna
Gods
do?
end, it's like it's gonna be like what, mid-June. I'm guessing this is gonna end, so it's gonna be like within the mid-June, early July-ish or so. It's like we're waiting for Game of Thrones here.
You know what? This is why there are so many freaking tinfoil theories out there. Like I don't remember what website I was on when I was reading this, but they got into a discussion about how hot Dothraki like their soup because of the golden crown scene. Like, because Drogo melted all that gold within like a matter of minutes. So they're like, well, Dothraki must like spicy or hot things all the time. And somebody was in the comments like, damn it, George, we're discussing Dothraki soup temperatures. Give us fucking Winds of Winter already. Like, this is how bored we get so quickly waiting on shit.
Oh, well, because we're sick. That's what's wrong.
That's why people think that fucking, what the hell is it? D plus D equals T? That dumbass fucking theory. Come on, man. I understand there's some timey-wimey bullshit going on in the Game of Thrones world, but Dany and Drogo did not fucking birth Tyrion. Come on, man.
No. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's if you haven't heard that piece of tinfoil, I feel uncomfortable calling it tinfoil.
I wonder what was that tinfoil when we did the live stream on your channel, AK?
When are we doing some more tinfoil on my channel? That's a good question. I don't know. I do miss the tinfoil Thursdays. They were quite fun. So I don't know. I'll have to keep y'all posted on that because I do need to get back into my streaming schedule that we have. Now, me and the ladies definitely have to talk. We do miss y'all. Don't think we're away just because we want to be away. Just life happens, man.
This is now.
That's what it is. Life happens. But yeah. Cardinal said, you said, what about Tyrion? You ain't heard that yet? Google D plus D equals T, and your brain will explode.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna say it again. I'm not gonna explain it. It's a bunch of timey-wimey wannabe tinfoil stuff. Just, for everybody that comes up with their theories, I appreciate your crafting. It's hard to come up and find viable reasons why something can happen, but there's also a point to where you're just making up shit, just again because we're bored and we need some new things. But theories like that just are not what's up.
Yeah. No, that theory is just...
Yeah, it seems I'm now coming to a close of this live stream. So
yeah, I think we have discussed all of American Gods that we can discuss, and if we keep popping up on Game of Thrones, we'll be here for like another 3 hours. So let's not do that.
Yes, this is known. This is known. So with the closing out, Lav, where we can find you in the YouTube scene?
You can find me on my channel, Lav. Right now, I'm being pretty consistent with my American Gods reviews, and working on
You owe me a review.
The It movie. What's up?
You owe me a review too.
Oh yes, and I owe AK a Stardust movie review / book comparison, so I'm working on that also. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. Thanks everybody for coming.
Yeah, like I'm waiting for that new It movie. Now, again, y'all can butcher me, start shaming me, but yeah, I did not see the original It.
Oh, you are so dumb. You're so dumb.
I'm planning on watching it. I'm planning on watching it.
It's the stuff
I was hoping. I don't know.
I wouldn't watch it again.
Oh no, clowns don't faze me. I was a big fan when they had the clown portion in the American Gods. What was it, season 4? Yeah, season 4 when they had the freak show. Clown.
American Horror Story, yeah.
It was the best thing. It was the best thing at the It was the best thing.
The original It movie, though, for real, that's the reason why I look at storm drain suspect whenever it's raining still. And I've only ever seen that movie like twice in my childhood, and it still affects me to this day.
BBM, I do not think that it'll affect you the way it affected.
Yeah, it probably won't affect you.
You watched it when you were young. And that's what we had. Like now you're used to good CGI. You're used to
No,
you're
there
used,
is
you're
some
used
good
to
like horror movies back in the day that still scares me. Like I've
No, but
seen
I mean-
Hills Have Eyes. That wasn't the good of anything there, and that still scared me.
But I mean, like you're used to like it has terrible CGI. It has choppy storytelling because you're like now we're more like we notice little things here and there. It's got a lot of faults, and a lot of the faults have to do with when it was made, and it was a TV miniseries. So I don't think it'll affect you the way it affected like some of us when we watched it when we were children. You know?
Yeah, what the fuck was wrong with our parents? You're talking about, oh, it's just a clown. Clowns are happy. No, damn it. No, they're not. They're weird.
No, I've always hated clowns. Poltergeist. I blame Poltergeist for my clown thing, but
Yeah, Poltergeist was good. The reboot was terrible, but the original was.
There was a reboot?
fantastic.
the original is
Yes.
still, I think,
The reboot. Don't even invest in that.
Yeah, I'm good.
Don't.
No, gracias.
I didn't hate it as much as other people do, but it doesn't hold a candle to the original. Not even close.
Yeah, that was some good storytelling there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Again, see, this is how easily we get sidetracked, y'all. Lord Commander, AK. Y'all could find me on my channel, but honestly, I am on other people's channels way more than I'm on my channel. I mean, you can sub me if you like. I do randomly do live streams and put out random content, but honestly, you'll catch me quicker on one of these guys' channels, or on Monero or T, or hanging with Kraken or Tony. All of them. Actually, me and Last Hearth are probably going to be doing something within another week or two. So sub to him. Look out for that. I'm always around. I mean, if I'm not on the stream, I'm definitely always in the chats because got to support the family. So just be on the lookout. Set your notifications. When I'm up, y'all gonna see me. DBM, also thank you for having me on. Lobby, glad that you were able to come in because this is an awesome series that we've been given, and I think we need to talk about it more.
Yep. So when after episode 8 does drop, best believe I'm saying the links. Answer the call.
Answer the call.
Definitely.
Don't be a freaking Glover. Don't be like them bullshit turncloak umbers. Answer the call. Again,
Thank you all for coming and who's gonna be watching later on. I am the Broke Black Man 94, and I am signing off. Fuck Laura.